Well, good afternoon from the Terang RSL Sub Branch's dugout. This is video log number 6, I think. It's been a very long and quiet weekend. So what I am going to talk about this afternoon is a very sad story. I did post some information on Facebook about Patrick Kierans and his brother Joseph, both of the Irish Fusiliers, or the Royal Irish Fusiliers. Joseph was killed in 1917 and Paddy was killed in 1918. Paddy is buried with no known grave, and his name is on the wall of remembrance at the Pozieres Cemetery in France. Whereas Joseph does have a known grave in Tyne Cot in Belgium. Okay, about 12 months ago I had a group come here to the RSL. They were from the Timboon area. And one of the ladies approached me after the presentation I did show them of the RSL and what we have here, etc., etc. And what she said to me, she said, "Do you collect anything other than Australian?" I said, "No." I said, "If it's local, has a local content, we'll certainly display it where we can." So she told me the story of her husband going back to Ireland. His mother had passed away, and in the attic, he was rummaging through and seeing what was there, etc. It's a sad time, of course, when your mother or anybody dies. And he come across this, looks to be like an old leather parchment or wallet or whatever you want to call it. But inside it was quite interesting. What was there? There was letters written to Patrick or Paddy from his sweetheart back in 1915. These letters I've actually put up on Facebook. I will read some of the letters to you shortly, but this is the state that's actually behind some preservation film. They were folded up. There was 2 of them, and but also what was interesting amongst the items was this cigarette case. And as you can see, a bullet had pierced through the case itself. One of the saddest stories, when I looked further into what was there, there was his or Paddy's service book. It had letters, photos. I'll just show you this now. This is his service book, and inside it, like many servicemen, they had letters from home, photographs and things like that. Now it is believed there is a bullet hole which goes right through the pay book. He would have worn it, no doubt, on the left side here on his jacket, and that would have killed him. It would have killed him instantly. So it's a very sad story indeed. I'll just read you some of the extracts about Paddy and his family. So sadly, as I said, Joseph was killed in 1917 and is buried in Tyne Cot Cemetery. And Patrick was killed by a bullet which had entered through his service book that he was carrying in his left side pocket. We also have this in our collection, which I've just showed you now. I believe his service book was taken from him by one of the men who had served with and then sent home with his possessions, as his name does appear on the memorial wall with no known grave at the Pozieres Cemetery. The family of Patrick and Joseph had donated these items for display, and it does add to our ever-growing collection here at the RSL. Bit of information: both brothers were with the 2nd Battalion, and later in the war they fell whilst attached to the 36th Ulster Division. Joseph was in the 9th Battalion and Patrick the 1st Battalion Royal Irish Fusiliers. I was able to draw the census records from 1901, and it shows the family of Patrick and Joseph, except the father. The father wasn't there. And his sister Margaret, or Maggie. Now Maggie is in the letters from Paddy's sweetheart, Mary Johnstone. She does mention Maggie. So Margaret, of course, being Joseph and Patrick's sister. I also found out that his mother, Ellen, she died in 1919. And a friend of mine, once I actually put it up on the internet, I'm just going through this paperwork, sorry guys, and he sent me the dependents' pension. So Patrick Kierans, his official number was 2994. His brother was 16344. Documents received by the paymaster on the 14th of the 10th, 1918. Cause of death for Patrick on the 21st of the 3rd, 18, he was missing. So that's why he has no known grave. So the dependent, which was Margaret, their sister, she lived in Clones in Ireland at the time. So she was getting both of the boys' pensions. And it's got £19 here. So quite interesting to read. What I managed to do is print these letters out. I'll just read some of the of what Mary had written. Now, Mary was from Carrickfergus in Ireland. Dear Patrick, just a few lines to let you know that I am well, hoping that this finds you the same. You must excuse me for not writing sooner, as I was away. And she goes on to talk about what her and Maggie have been doing. They've been going out just to keep busy. They've been watching the route marches of the Royal Fusiliers. Obviously in the area they were based there, so they were watching the guys actually march around and things like that. But the saddest thing, I mean, with this letter, when you read through it, and as I said, they are on the internet, on my Facebook page, and the passing, I remain yours, sweetheart Mary, true love, forever, kiss, 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 forget me not, write soon. And of course, from Maggie as well. So they were definitely sweethearts, and of course, Patrick was killed in 1918. There are other letters that are not in very good condition. That's why I've printed them out, and they'll be put on file here at the RSL. All right, well, thanks for watching. That's just a brief overview of Joseph and Patrick, his sweetheart Mary Johnstone, and the family donating his personal memories, which he would have carried in his service book. So like many a soldier on the battlefields, they carried letters and photos of their sweethearts back home. It was their way of reminding them that I have something to fight for, I have something to go home to. But sadly, Patrick and Joseph never returned home to their family. And the mother, passing away in 1919, whether she passed away from natural causes or she felt that sad, she just gave up. We don't know. So with that, thanks very much for viewing. I will put out another video log in a few days' time. I just wish everybody the best out there. Be safe. Anzac Day is not too far away, 11 days. Our ceremonies will take place here at the Memorial Garden, the Memorial at Noorit, and of course the Memorial here in Terang. So for those who are doing it tough, as I said, take care, keep in touch with friends, and people are just a phone call away, Facebook, Messenger, but just keep in touch, and thanks for viewing.